Hey, Tony Gassens here. Now, listen, I want to talk to you about this because one of the things that happens with this situation when you're dealing with these spirits, a little ugly, a little nasty, a little dummy, all these different spirits, what happens is you start to lose hope. You start to lose faith. You start to question if love is for you, if relationships are still a good decision, but it's a trick. Now, before we get too deep in that, I want to say thank you to everybody who has invested in the channel. Click the link in the description. Look at that deadline now. Hey, I can't say the actual deadline and all that due to the SEC regulation, but click the link in the description. If one of the levels is sold out, it's sold out. Can't do nothing about it. Can't do nothing about it. Look at the other ones. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. But God bless you, and thank you to everybody who done joined me. Now, I want you to think about this because every now and then, I'll see people say, well, Tony, I done lost hope. I done lost hope on relationships, and I'm just going to stay single. Now, for one, it's okay to stay single. It's okay to not be ready for a relationship and to just want to stay single. It's not okay to lose hope in love. It's not okay. It's especially not okay to lose hope when you're doing it the right way. Don't get weary with well-doing. You keep doing what you're doing. Because see, this is what you got to realize. When you become a 1%er, you attract a 1%er. Think about like a Ocean Prime, Capital Grill, the new little restaurants that be popping up, this and that, where it costs $100 a person. Who do they attract? Do they attract homeless people? No. Do they attract school teachers? No. Ain't nothing wrong with school teachers, but it's out of school teacher budget. Do they attract people who make under 50K? Which a lot of school teachers under 50K, some over. No. So that means a lot of police officers can't go. Who do they attract? They attract the top 10 to 15% of America. Why? Because it costs more money. And somebody could be springing for their birthday. Yeah, somebody could be putting on a credit card for their birthday, but just they regular patrons, it's going to be people who earn more money. So guess what? 9 out of 10 times, those people who earn more money, they may have different experiences. They may have traveled, seen more of the world. They've tasted more food. It's a lot of places me and my wife, we go to, and we be like, if we brought our family here, they would not eat anything on this menu. And we are open to trying it because we've been to different parts of the world. We've had all different levels of cuisine, whereas a lot of our family has not done that. So they're not going to order some of this type of sushi or certain types of dishes. It's not going to make sense to them. And then the bill be $300, $400. That's how you got to view yourself. You have to view yourself as a top 1%er. You have to understand that you're not for everybody. You got to understand that you might run off 10 people because they got that spirit a little ugly on them. But it don't matter how many people you got to walk away from, how many people you run off, because you only need one person. And what you have to do while you are waiting to meet that person, you got to occupy time. You have to occupy time. What I mean by that is you have stuff that you could be creating. While you waiting, while you're healing, while you taking that time and you get into that place, work on that business. Lose that weight that you say you want to lose. Start the company you say you want to start. Rebuild the friendship. Rebuild the chemistry with your family. Like, do the other things that you could be doing. Work on a relationship with your child. You got children, or your parents. You got parents, your siblings. Work on what you can work on while you are in waiting, instead of being in a place to where you losing hope and you disgruntled. Because see, the thing about it is, When you feel hopeless, that's a sign that you ain't got the Holy Spirit. That's a sign you need to read your Bible. Because see, the same way God says he clothes the lilies of the field and he feeds the fowl of the air, how much more will he do for you, his child? If it applies to that, then guess what? If you have a desire in your heart and you can't stay out of fornication, like you struggling with fornication, and your prayer is to meet somebody, you're going to meet somebody. But the thing is when you meet them, will you have God's lenses or will you have your carnal, fleshly lenses? Because see, does God care about your height? Does God care about your weight? Does God care about your income? Does God care about your heart? Does God care about your integrity? Does God care about your morals and your values? You see how the first half of them questions was, the answer was no. And then the second half of them questions, the answer was yes. So a lot of times you are in waiting and you praying to God for a spouse and he sends you a spouse, but you look at the spouse with carnal lenses. So because they're not the height and the weight and the income, you say, oh, this ain't what God got for me. But God does not care about your flesh, what your flesh wants. God don't care about what your lust wants. God care about what your heart needs. See, you ask, but you ask amiss. You ask, but you asking for your will. You asking for your desire, but your desire is not rooted in what's godly. Your desire is rooted in lust. Your desire is rooted in societal constructs. Your desire is rooted in inadequacy and the need to seek for love and approval. It's not rooted in self-love and purity and integrity and cleanliness and maturity. See, when you rooted and grounded in the right things, then you can see the way God sees. But you can't do that when you listening to secular music, you watching secular television, you listening to fornicating podcasters, watching fornicating podcasters, you listening to divination and witches and tarot readers and horoscope readers. Your view is off. Your lenses are tainted. You got on charcoal colored lenses instead of rose colored, blue sky colored. See, you can't see the way God see because you ain't doing the things God tell you to do. That's how you struggle. That's how you fail. So you have to, you can't ever lose hope when you working on you. See, it's easier to lose hope when you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You know you're not working on your 3 B's, brains, brand, body. It's easier to lose hope then. But see, when you're doing what you're supposed to do, you know that the time is coming. You know that the time is coming where you're going to get in position. You're going to be in position and you're going to be able to do what you need to do. You're going to be ready when you meet who it is for you. Because see, what is the saying that somebody came up with? And I hope this ain't somebody that's in fornication came up with this. That God don't call to qualify, he qualifies the call. Somebody said that, and it makes some sense. So does God see your present or does he see your future? Does he see your pain or does he only see your pain or does he also see your purpose? So when you meet somebody, do you see just who they are today or do you see who they could become in partnership with you? So they may be 20 pounds overweight, 30 pounds overweight, but maybe so are you. So instead of holding them to a standard that you don't hold yourself to, how about see their heart? see their integrity, see their intentions, and then partner with them, and y'all work together. And if they have a heart that is keen to work, and you have a heart that's keen to work, then guess what? Y'all can work together. And I seen this one time, there was this guy, and I don't know if it was a green card marriage. I don't know. It could have been, but it looked legit to me. There was this guy, and he was like a bodybuilder. He used to be a bodybuilder, but now he just was in shape. Just real fit. And him and his wife owned a gym. A little small boutique gym. And they had a little set of members that would come in and do their workouts and stuff like that. And then the wife took and started a women's fitness group called the Angels or something like that. And the little workout thing was behind our neighborhood. So somehow my wife went in there and she met the owner, the lady who owned it, and she heard about the Angels, and they started doing bodybuilding. Well, when I met the lady, the owner of the gym, her and her husband owned it. When I met her, she wanted to be like, do what I do, like a life coach and a speaker. And when I met her and I talked to her, she said, Tony, I was, I think she said 280 pounds when she met her husband. And they was Christian people too. They was Christian. And she said, he seen me, but he seen me for who I am. And we started building, we started dating. And at that time, when I'm talking to her, she was 140 pounds from 280. He got the weight off of her. He got in the gym, worked out with her, put on a meal plan. He transformed her body. Ain't that what Christ does for the church? He transforms the body. So he don't just see the bride for what we are. He see us for who we can become. And he washes us, he cleans us, he renews us. So a lot of times people say, well, I'm waiting on God. And people always say, well, that ain't God. Because God's not going to give me a 5'6" man. And he know I've been praying for a 6'4" man. Well, where does 6'4" come from? Does 6'4" have anything to do with marriage vows? Does 6'4" have anything to do with getting pregnant? Does 6'4" have anything to do with the Holy Spirit? 6'4" has to do with your preferences. That has to do with your lust. God, it's not God's job to meet you in your lust, to meet you in your Americanized, westernized program mind. That ain't God's job. You got to adjust to God. God ain't got to adjust to you. See, so when you say, oh, I want this, I want that, it's like, okay, yeah. Like the saying say, people in hell want ice water. But we don't always get what we want, and that is the fallacy with humans. Is a lot of people are actually giving up on love and giving up on marriage and relationship because they can't meet what they fantasize about. But not realizing that you can meet somebody and build with that person. I'm not everything that my wife wants. She's not everything that I want. We didn't check off each other's preferences. But we going on 18 years of marriage. I'm 5'10". 5'9.5", the ruler said on a bad day. I'm 5'10". My wife like 5'7", 5'8". So her ex before me was over 6 foot tall. My ex before her was 5'4". That was our preference. Guess what? Those relationships didn't work out for us. So now here we both with somebody that we didn't necessarily prefer in every sense of the word, but we worked out. God blessed it. He helped us get it together. So I'm pretty sure she would have probably preferred a man who had a stronger college degree, less of an accent, a little more cultured and polished, a little less country bumpkin. But guess what? What a doctor earned in a year, I earn in a month. So had she left me for her preferences, which could have been a doctor or a lawyer, her life wouldn't be what her life is right now. I wanted somebody with a big booty. My wife ain't got no big booty. Had I just went out searching for that big booty, I probably would have found a woman that got a Jezebel spirit. Because the women with a big booty and no Jezebel spirit is harder to find. So guess what? I wouldn't be who I am today. I would be in the red pill community wreaking havoc on the women of the world. Take my eloquence, for lack of a better term. You know I'm country. When I say eloquent, what I mean is being able to express a thought, convey a thought for an hour plus without using filler words like and right and you know and all of those things. But to be able to convey a thought for an hour plus. You take that ability and put me in the red pill community, I'll be a nightmare. But God gave me what I needed, not what I wanted. Because when I met my wife, her booty was flat. Now she got a little bit of booty. And I'm all right with it. I love it because I love her. I ain't growed none. I got wiser. I became successful. I grew as a man. So now she got what she want. And I got what I want. See, that's what people miss a lot of times. I talk to so many singles who ready to give up on love. And it's like, you're looking at people the way the devil look at them instead of the way God look at them. And it don't mean you got to date down. It just means you need to be realistic and understand where you at. Because a lot of times, if you go to somebody else and ask them for the truth, you'll get your feelings hurt. I can't tell you how many women have told me they're a good catch. And I'm listening and I'm looking at them like, yeah, pneumonia. You like somebody caught pneumonia. You like somebody caught RSV. You like somebody caught hand, foot, mouth disease. What you mean you a good catch? It's like, okay, we can't call ourselves no good catch. We got over 30, 40, 50 bodies. We ain't no good catch. Child, you a catch and release. You ain't no catch and pull into nobody boat with over 30 bodies. You got to be thankful for what come to you. You can't be picky. You cross 30 bodies. Listen, we don't have the right to be picky no more. You can't be picky, male or female. If somebody want to spit on you, you need to be happy. Not literally, nah. Some of y'all will be like, Tony said somebody will spit on me. I need to be happy. He sure spit on me. Well, I'm going to forgive him because what Tony said. Come on now, use inference. But I can't tell you how many men and women who have overstated their worth, but they can't see themselves. In the eyes of God, we all is filthy, wretched souls. But in our eyes, we could think we righteous and holy. And God look at us like, man, your mind is filthy. You look at every booty or every print walk past you. You got a filthy mind. That's what the Lord might say, but we let us tell it, oh, I'm righteous. I'm always over here talking about above reproach. Not in the literal sense, but according to man, but not according to God, nah. So that's what we got to realize. Like, I done seen men who is knee-high to a grasshopper talking about they next woman need to be on Lori Harvey level. I'm like, how is she gonna be on Lori Harvey level and you on the level of Little Leprechaun? You look like Hunchback of Notre Dame. You look like somebody in the FAMU marching band on your head. But she got to look like Lori Harvey. But then think about it though. Lori Harvey used to have chubby cheeks. Till she got either some magolitude, whatever y'all call that, similitude, Ozempic. Until she got some of that, I don't know how to pronounce what I be reading, but look like it says semaglutide or something, but I think it's like Ozempic and Mounjaro. She could have hit a little sip of that. She could have knew about it before we knew about it. She hollered about this Pilates. Child, my wife go to Pilates. Body ain't did all that now. Yeah, it don't do all of that. Giving Pilates too much credit now. What else is you got going on? So Lori Harvey used to look average. She used to look regular, but it's like, and then she got $10,000 a month of maintenance. So it's like, yeah, okay, you gonna take care of $120,000 plus a year for your woman to have the maintenance, the workout schedule, the Botox, the filler, the cool sculpting, the M-sculpt, the all of that, the PRN, the ARN, the PRV, RPV, treatments, salmon semen, dolphin semen, all that, what these women be doing out there in Beverly Hills? Is you gonna do that for your woman to look like Lori Harvey skin? And it's like, okay, Lori Harvey is 18 and a half years old. Yeah, her skin perfect. Yeah, everything tight. She ain't seen nothing. She ain't done nothing. Got that matching outfit on with P. Diddy in that picture. I was like, okay, do we need to call you to the stand, Lori? What do we need to talk to you about, Lori? Because I see that picture with you and P. Diddy with y'all pinstripe blue pants on and cream colored shirt. Now, this ain't mentor mentee. I ain't never seen mentor mentee match outfits. So, are you sure you want your next woman to be Lori Harvey? Because we don't know what she done been through. We looking at her from the outside looking in. She could have been there slipping and sliding on that baby oil P. Diddy had in that house. So, you have to think about this. I'm going to tell y'all, don't let little ugly, just because all these little uglies on these podcasts doing all this talking, knee high to a grasshopper, and don't let that make you think this the quality of men. A bunch of grown, musky, 40-plus-year-old men who refuse to get married. Don't let that put no damper on your heart. Don't let these Jezebel, if you're a man watching this, don't let these Jezebel women sitting on a microphone, doing CPR on the microphone, swallowing all kind of men body parts every other day. Don't let these women talking out the side of their neck make you think that's the quality of women. Ain't what it is. Hey, make sure you click the link in the description now, because I want to hear your mouth. When the deadline hit, oh, Tony, you going to open it back up? No. You got to work on that now. You got to come out of that, because when the trumpet sound, if your life ain't right, ye going. You not going. You going to be here. Y'all have to stop procrastinating. Don't ask me to extend the deadline and open it back up. Ask your friend for a little loan and say, let me get it back to you when I get my check in 3 weeks so I could go. Like, don't ask me. I'm SEC regulated. I can't be fooling around with stuff, changing stuff, opening this up, opening that up. All that, you got to ask somebody else now. I'm not literally saying ask somebody for that now. I ain't saying that. But I'm just saying we can't ask the SEC regulation to change their rules now. Click the link in the description. Join us if you want to. If you don't, God bless you. Don't get mad, scratch your booty, get glad, keep your head up, keep going. So think about this. I talked to a lot of people. What time is it? Oh, I got to make sure I ain't late for my son's practice. I talked to a lot of people who just, my son was texting me. I can't remember texting him. Maybe I sent him one or two things, but I had a call about some stuff. I talked to him a little bit. And I want you to think about this. And just really get this in your spirit. And just ask yourself, okay, am I losing hope on love? So what does that say about my walk with God? Because don't the Bible say God will give me the desires of my heart? That if I knock, the door going to be open? That I ask, I will receive, but you can't ask amiss. You got to know God's will. You got to know God's heart. And that's the thing what a lot of people get wrong is they think God going to give them their sin and give them what they sin want, what they lust want. Because you've been watching nasty movies and touching yourself, and now you done fantasize about what type of person you want, so you want God to fit your fantasy. That ain't how that works. God might send you somebody 50 pounds overweight just to see if you willing to love them for who they are, and y'all get in there and y'all buffet y'all body together. Y'all work out together. Don't just wait on just in and everything. Even though I'm talking about the 3 B's, it's a lot of people who on here and listen to my message, but still working on the 3 B's. That's life. I ain't mad at you. I understand it's a process. It's a journey. So if we understand that about ourselves, we got to understand that about somebody else. And a lot of women try to, gaslight. And y'all know I'm going to misuse words now. But they'll try to gaslight. Oh, Miss Gaskins is beautiful. We know that. She also a millionaire. So you looking at who she is right now. She ain't look like that when I met her. She look way better now. She look way better now. I dress way better now. I probably done went down. And so, but I dress better now. I got more money now. Got more access now. Not saying that my wife was unattractive, but what I'm saying is I had to look at the heart of God that was in her. She had the fruits of the Spirit. But when she got up to walk away, and because she don't talk, she can't, no, she'll tell you now when she do talk, she'll be like, boy, I took a chance on you, boy, I dated down. And she did, because I was hood. I was a hood booger. Country bumpkin hood booger. So she took a chance on me, but she seen this here. She seen the man that I am today. She tell me she saw that in me, even though I wasn't all the way there. So now this is a nuance, because people will be like, well, Tony, you said this and you said that. Listen, caveats and nuances. Elevate your thinking now. See, the reason why we took a chance on each other, because we heard God in each other. And then we still went astray and we didn't do things right, but then we had to get it right. And we had to suffer and we had to struggle and we had to go through, but we had to stay the course. We had to right our wrongs. It took time for things to get right. We had grace and favor. But look at the work that's being done. So you got to understand now, if it's purpose that got to be brought from your union, then God going to sustain you. But if ain't no purpose in it, then it ain't going to work out. And you got to understand that. And what you also have to understand is that you ain't going to be able to see it all right up front in the beginning. When my wife could look across my head, when she put on some heels, she probably like, Lord, is this really what you got for me out here? Looking at the crown of this man's head. Now, Lord, how this man finna be my security out here when we step out? If a man want to mess around and get loud or something, what is this man finna do? Get in the fight and the man be swinging over his head, Lord. And then when she walked away, I was like, whew. Lord, can we get a little bit of glutes? I said, Lord, I'm looking at a long bite. Lord say, son, this is what you need because your butt nasty. Your butt nasty. You don't need to be all in head over heels in lust. So we had to understand that. So when you get out there and you start meeting people, you got to understand. He might be missing 2 toes like Deion Sanders. Okay, he just can't wear open-toe sandals. Could wear clothes, he could wear regular tennis shoes. But see, it's literally people passing on their husband because he missing a finger. He missing a tooth. When he smiled big, he got a tooth missing. He just need to go get a veneer. That one veneer ain't gonna cost nothing. $100. He might get that veneer put in. He might get that tooth put in. $1,000 at the most. Insurance. Care Credit. CareCredit.com. They'll approve you. Care Credit, send me a check. I literally had a man pass on a woman because she had a black line on her fingernail. You know how you get a black line if you slam your finger in the door or something, pinch it, and it bruise you up under there. She had a black line on her fingernail, and she didn't like her food to touch each other. She didn't want her bacon to touch her pancakes, or the pancakes and the bacon to touch the egg. She didn't want the food to touch each other. He passed on her for that. Not because of her looks, not because of her body, not because of anything other. And this young lady was Trey Songz's ex-girlfriend. Trey Songz was with her back when he was young and had some sense for 3 years. This was his ex-girlfriend. And I did matchmaking for her and another one of my clients. And that man called me and said she got a black line on her nail. I said, excuse me? I'm not tracking you. I said, what? He said, man, I'm a 10. Oh, all right. All right. All right. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. But then I done seen men who's working on themselves, got a little bit of character. It's a guy who is in Atlanta. Looked like a multi-millionaire. Nice house, businesses. I had a single client. I said, well, what you think about him? She said, Now, he resembled a Ninja Turtle. If I had to compare to something, he looked like a dark-skinned Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. But it's like, okay, the man got character. The man got integrity. The man a millionaire. Yes, he not the tallest. Yes, he got a little stubby fingers. Okay. He still could be a husband. Passing on him. Guess what? He's still single. She's still single. We want what don't want us. And that's why people be single. So if you losing hope because you ain't hoping against hope in the Lord. Meaning you ain't seeing people the way God's seeing people. And you got to see, okay, does this person have the foundation? Does this person have the foundation? See, a lot of people don't understand that look compatibility is a thing. It is a thing. It's human conditioning. And so sometimes I have to take the time and I have to help people understand. I have to help men and women understand, like, okay, I know you think that you're an 8, if we got to use numbers, but you really are a 5. And I know that might sting a little bit, but I just want to be real with you. Well, Tony, what if I said you a 6? You a 5? Well, what if I said I'm not paying you for your opinion? And I'm happily married. So get out your feelings and understand that you are a nickel wanting a dime. That's not how that works. I got a video from way back in the day. I don't know if it's private right now. It's called Nickels Wanting Dimes. I created that video because that's what I kept finding in relationships. And I'm like, listen, do not hire me for coaching. Hire the bishop. Hire the bishop. He older, he a little more gentle. Hire my daddy. He older, he more gentle. If you hire me, I'm going to tell you the truth from a outside perspective. And 9 out of 10 times, I ain't gonna say 9. It's been about 6 to 7 out of 10 times. You're not gonna like the answer. And it is people get mad with me. I done had people write me the next day, I would like a refund because I got on the phone and I want to hear motivation and you demoralized me. I say, listen, I'm not a motivational coach. I'm a reality coach. Don't pay me to lie to you. I don't care nothing about your money. Here go your refund. Here go, and actually better yet, no, you ain't getting no refund because you done took up all my time. You took up all my time. Listen, I'm trying to save you. And guess what? It has been women that done that to me. And they will come crawling back. Literally crawling in the email a year later. And the email always read about this. Hi, Tony, I hope you well. Had a session with you about a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And the stuff you said to me really upset me, and some of it hurt my feelings, and it just was so hard to hear. It was a hard pill to swallow, but I'm just writing you humbly to apologize and let you know that every single thing you said to me on that call was 100% true. And I found that out over time, and I wish that I would have listened to you then and I wouldn't have lost a year or how many other years it is of my life. Because the thing about it is, like, listen, when I'm telling you this stuff in these videos, I'm sober-minded. I ain't coming on here drunk and high. I'm not leaving any room of the game so I could sleep with you or take advantage of you. I'm married, happy, and faithful. I don't listen. If women coming to me telling me little ugly business, all that. Do you know a lady come out to me the other day with another major celebrity? I'm talking about major. I'm talking about podcasts and audience right now on steroids. Told me the man business. And guess what? It was a free phone call. So technically, I'm not on no NDA. I could tell it, but I got my own credence. I got my own integrity. So if these people come tell me influencers and podcasters and celebrities business, if I was cheating on my wife, my business will be getting told. So I ain't got no reason to lie to you. Like, if I just want to keep getting money, I don't care about you firing me. I don't care about you doing one session. That saved me the time because I got too many clients already as it is. I'm trying to help the world, so I'm going to tell you the truth. So you got to be ready and realize and hear, and you got to really look yourself in the mirror. And see, sometimes we want to be so motivational. Sometimes you just got to be demotivational. And that's what Apostle Paul did in Romans 7 when he was like, what I want to do good, but I keep doing bad. What I ought to do, I don't do. But what I don't want to do, that's what I be doing. He was just being real about the state of a man that he would be in without the Holy Spirit. So let me give you an example. If I am talking to myself and I'm out here looking for a wife, if I was looking for a wife, I'll say, well, Tony, you really ain't got no hairline. You got to get that hair fibers put on there. You got a deep wrinkle in your forehead. You ain't like you look 10 years younger than you is. You look over your age, if I'm being honest with myself. Okay, you're under 6 foot tall. You don't be knowing how to manage no money all the time. You love to spend and take care of people. You're a little rude and too blunt at times. So I'm going to be real with myself, and I'm going to give myself the real raw. So when I meet somebody, I could be realistic. But see, what a lot of singles doing, a lot of singles got themselves up here talking about they love themselves. No, you lying to yourself. It's okay to be confident and all that, but even like the Bible say, be lowly of heart. It just means be humble. Like, be humble, be realistic. Like, don't have this grandiose idea of yourself. Oh, my light went to flickering. And it block you, and that cause you to lose hope, because who wants you, you don't want them. Because you think you here and you think they there. And then who you want don't want you. Because they think they there and they think you here. So that leads to disappointment. But you got to really look and see, okay, this person really, really wants me, really, really pursuing me, or really, really responsive to me. If it's a guy to a woman, she's really responsive, or he's really pursuing. And you got to look at that, and you got to look and see, and okay, let me understand this. Why? Why is this? And then sometimes you got to talk to somebody with some sense, who is in a good, happy place where they want to be at in life, so that they could be unbiased, unjaded, and they could talk to you and be real. And so I done told women, like, okay, this is the type of guy, this is the type of look that looks compatible with you. And then they'll be like, wow, that's crazy you say that, because that's the type of guy I've always been with, or that's the type of guy been approaching me. And I'm like, that is what looks compatible with you. And then I will have to explain and say, this is why this look looks compatible with you. And then some people get offended. One lady wrote in, and you said that my looks compatibility partner is Ruben Studdard. I'm like, what's wrong with Ruben? At least you get sung to sleep. I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with Ray. He had a new picture look like he done been on him some gold tube. I'm like, he had a little meat on his bone, but ain't nothing wrong with Ruben. Ruben, follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Ain't nothing wrong with Ruben. But people get offended. You said I'm look compatible with Forrest Whitaker. I ain't never said that, but I will find a celebrity to help him or her understand this is who is the equivalent of you in the opposite sex. Like, listen. God didn't give us the ability. And so people will get mad with my videos and be in the comment, well, Tony, you ain't all that yourself. I ain't say I was all that. But one thing I did say is I'm married and happy. Because I didn't just sit and wait on preferences. Because I could have said, man, I want a woman that got this here skin color, with blue eyes, with hair that touch her booty, and a booty that is round and perfect, with thighs that look like a Louisville slugger bat. And I could have just described this comic book woman and just been single, like these guys on these yellow couches and these podcasts is looking for the impossible. Looking for something God ain't even created and definitely ain't created for them. But may like they can't get married, and then may like they too good for the people that they meet. I could have been one of those men out here with the spirit a little ugly. But guess what? I saw my wife, I saw her beauty, her natural beauty, and we glue up together. We done glowed up together. I don't know if glue is a word. Can you glue up, or you got to be glowed up? We glued up together. We glowed up together. So you have to think about this and really understand, like, it's a process. You're going to have to be some work. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Like, if you love the Lord and you trust the Lord, live by his commandments and trust that he's going to send you what you need. But understand now, a lot of times the devil will answer your prayers before God do. Hit the rewind button. A lot of times the devil will answer your prayers before God does. What that means is when you praying for a meeting for a date with your destiny, the devil will send you a decoy and distraction disguised as destiny. A lot of times, men and women fall for the decoy the devil sent before the destiny that God sent. And so that's when you have to be, that is when you got to be tapped in with the Holy Spirit, so that you have discernment, so you can look and see and you can say, okay. All right, this person looked the part, but is unwilling to wait until marriage. Keep putting a whole lot of pressure. So that's the spirit of little ugly. This not of God. Then that next person might come, you be like, he got a little bit of a gut. They got a little bit of stomach on them now. But read a word, got fruits of the spirit, is not pressuring me to get in the bed, not calling me gay because I'm not trying to get in the bed with them, not doing this and that. I had a client that, which, my clients understand. I don't say no names, but I use real life scenario. That's how even my clients know that what I'm talking about be real life, because they'll hear their story on here. And yeah, I heard when you said this right here, Tony. Well, listen, don't nobody know you. I ain't say your name. I got a client who the man wanted to come back to her place and she told him no. And it ain't even that she might have sex before marriage. I don't know. But the man went to asking her you must be a transvestite. Like, really? Really? And now she doing him a favor because he looked like Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. So I'm like, really? Humpty Dumpty? You gonna try my client with transvestite? That's the card y'all got over there in the red pill now? Oh, you must be a transvestite. Since I can't come over to your place, what do you have to hide? Well, my place from you, Ted Bundy. Don't nobody know you. Just met you a month ago. Talking about, can you come to my place? Absolutely not. End up dismembered in somebody's freezer. Talking about, can you come to my place? No. Don't know you. But this the thing. That's how people will be. So now, guess what? That lets you know. That's the red flag right there. Because see, what God sends you might not look like no tall glass of water in the Sahara Desert. Might be a cactus sprouted up out the ground, so you know it's water deep down beneath there and you got to do some digging. Might not be just this old ready fresh stream of water. So that's what you got to understand, that God give gift and add no sorrow, but he don't give gift and don't add work. Like you gonna have to still plow the field and sow seed to reap a harvest. You got seed time and harvest. So you got to understand that. Seed time, and then you reap a harvest. But that's work. And so understand that and get that in your spirit. Hey, click the link in the description and get that in your spirit too. While you getting stuff in your spirit. Check that out now. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Now, this tweet me and y'all. This tweet me and y'all just because the staff over there at Gigastar might not be in there. Might not be in this deep in the video. Listen, man, listen. We done shot those people. You hear me? Now, they may like they could believe this. What done happened with the investment network, but They're a little shocked. Because we're in a recession. We're in a recession. So they probably come over here and watch a little bit of my video like, man, this man always talking about God. This man always talking about God. But then guess what? They could be atheists. And like, man, the favor of God on this man. Like, this man really got the favor of God. Like, man, like, maybe it is something to this God. Maybe hey, you never know, because one thing God gonna do is signs and wonders. That's one thing the Lord gonna do is signs and wonders. And see, when the Lord know he could trust you, that's when he gonna send you what you need, what you deserve. See, a lot of time, you crying out, and you keep meeting toad frogs. You keep getting toad frog. You mean Ursulas. You keep meeting Ursulas and Gretchens. Now, y'all forgive me if your name Ursula or Gretchen. I ain't talking about you now. I'm talking about the purple lady from Little Mermaid, Ursula. You mean Ursulas or you mean toad frogs if you're a woman. And you like, come on, Lord, I keep praying. I'm out here praying. I'm crying out to you. Now I'm bathing in olive oil at this point, Lord. Like, what are you doing? And Lord say, you ain't going to do right by my child. Because your heart ain't right yet. Your spirit ain't right yet. So what the Lord's showing me is I'm going to give you what you've been praying for when you ready to receive it. I ain't going to put more on you than you could bear. I ain't going to put something on you if you're going to squander it. See, the Lord know what I'm going to do with my talents now. So now that I'm liquidating a little bit of equity out my channel, he know that I'm going to be a good steward in this 40-year-old season of my life. But see, it's a reason why the Lord didn't do this for me at 35, at 30. Bringing on partners and giving me extra motivation, extra boost to work, because now I got partners. I got another project that I did on my own where I got partners in. It's an audiobook project where people get it. Now that one a little different. Now see, I did the deal myself. It's a little sweeter. The deal a little sweeter. They get 1%, and it's taking time. It's been a couple people email me a little impatient. I don't like that, because you don't want to be working with greedy people. But sometimes people just get a little antsy. And I don't even think that it's that they greedy or antsy. I think that they see so many scams out here that sometimes you just never know who. And sometimes because of other people scamming, they might look at me and be like, well, man, what if Tony turned out to be just like such and such or such and such or such and such? Time gonna tell. But one thing you're gonna see, I don't play. I don't play with the Lord. It might take me some time to deliver on what I said I'm going to deliver, but I'm going to deliver, because I don't play with the Lord. I don't play with my name. I don't play with his name. I don't play with it. So listen to me. This is the thing what you got to realize and understand is God hear your heart. He hear your prayers. You ain't been ignored, but what are you truly ready? If God send you somebody that's 100% healed, would you be able to receive that? Are you healed enough to not be insecure, to not be jealous, to not be projecting, to not be deflecting, to not be controlling? Are you healed on that level? Are you ready in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, your 3 Bs? See, when you get into a relationship, you tend into the things of the world. A relationship is considered things of the world. It's not something of God. It's of God, but it's not the work. You're not, in your relationship, you're not doing the work of the Lord, meaning you ain't going out being a fisherman of men. You tend into your relationship. So when you get into that relationship, you know what that relationship could do? It could slow you down. It could slow you down. In the areas of your purpose, you get a little lax until you get past that. But you get a little lax. You lose yourself a little bit. And it get to a point where you kind of like, oh, man, and I'll be seeing it, like, even with my wife. And I see it with myself, too, like, we get around each other, man, we don't want to do nothing. We don't want to do no cleaning. We don't want to do no cooking. We don't want to do nothing productive. We want to lay up under each other. and just lay in there and just talk. We just want to talk. We literally, like on Sunday, outside of soccer and time with the Lord, we will sit in the bed and we be in the bed. I kid you not, 10 hours straight, just talking, showing each other little whatever it is, reels or TikToks, looking at the football game, ordering Uber Eats or eating what we got here. We'll just sit there and do that. We'll sit there and do that for 10 hours. And my wife, she'll always say something that's enabling. Like, sometimes you just need days like this. And I'll be like, yeah, I bet you do. I bet you don't want to get up and do that laundry. But I don't be caring because I don't be feel like doing nothing. And I'll sit there and sometimes that's my day that Jesus turned water into wine. And I'm just sitting there relaxing. And so that's the thing. So that's why I always ask my clients who's single and say they single and they waiting. I always say, have you started that nonprofit that the Lord put in your spirit? Have you started your for-profit company? Have you wrote your book? Because it's stuff that you sitting on while you talking about you waiting on the Lord. How you know the Lord ain't waiting on you? Because you finna have to tend to the things of the world in a relationship, but you got things in your purpose from God that you ain't done. You ain't worked on. So what's going on now? Who waiting on who? That's why you can't lose hope. Because see, the thing about with that hope is that hope a lot of times is going to be a reflection of your work. That's why it's faith without works is dead. So hope is faith. Hope is also having faith. So, but it's hard to have hope if you know you really ain't where you supposed to be at. But see, when you doing what you're supposed to do and you working on you, you start to get confident and you start to, like right now, my son putting in some work. He going outside, he putting in work, he eating right, sleeping right. So now his tune done changed. First it was like, man, I hope I can get a college scholarship. Man, I hope I could get something. Man, I hope. Now it's, I know the offers are coming. I know I'm going D1. I know it's going to happen. Why? Because that level of hope changed when your work changed. If you know you still sitting there binging on Oreos and red velvet cake and lemonade and ice cream and iced tea, you're going to be a little depressed. You're going to be a little doubtful. You're going to be doubting Thomas. You're going to be doubting Tammy. You're going to be sitting there a little just, I don't know what the Lord going to do. I just, But when you get up and you start doing what you got to do, you taking care of your mind, your body, your spirit, you're going to start to radiate. You're going to start to glow. You're going to be walking around. You're going to be out there, out and about, and you're going to be looking in expectation. Your head going to be on a swivel. You looking every potential partner in the eye. Nodding and smiling. You looking pleasant than a mug. And if you're a woman, you looking pleasant so he know to approach you. If you're a man, you looking in the eye so you see when you get that little nod and smile back, you know, right over there, shoot your shot. Now you know that was the welcome. Cause a married woman ain't supposed to be looking around, looking in your eyes, nodding and smiling. She's supposed to be eyes on the prize, minding her business. She ain't supposed to be looking in your eyes, sending, but a single woman could. She can look in your eyes, nod and smile. Right on over there to her. If you a woman and you ready, you've been working, your head on the swivel, you're not going to be walking with your head down in your phone. You're not going to be speed walking. You walk at a normal pace so a guy could catch up to you. Like you going to be right there ready. Hey, God bless you now. Get your head right. Get your mind right. Don't lose hope. Don't let this education. Education is to empower you, not to demoralize you. But see, with the Holy Spirit and rightly dividing these messages, you're going to have hope and not doubt. You're going to know if you need to keep working on you and to wait. That don't mean you doubting. That just means you got the wisdom to know you need more time working on you. Hey, God bless you. Don't forget, click the link in the description. Man, let's keep shocking these people. I want these people to be like, hey, man, look here, man, what's going on over there in the black community? Wow, Tony, the black community. Hand clap, hand clap. We need to have a get together. We're going to get the Popeyes chicken for you. We're going to get some watermelon. We need to bring your investors together. Tony, let's plan something in Tahiti. I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah, but yeah, we really don't eat fried chicken. You know, we cool with, well, let me start lying. Tie that Popeyes up. What you say, you got some watermelon too? Yeah. Just a lemonade? Okay, yeah. Come right on. So, hey, thank you to my supporters. God bless you. God bless you. You're in the blessed tribe. God bless you for being in the blessed tribe, blessed business tribe, Patreon. Thank y'all for the support. To the moderators, God bless you. All the students on Tony Gaskins Academy, thank you. To the subscribers, God bless you. Unfortunately, you're not in the blessed tribe. We praying for you and your finances. That $1.99 no longer looks unaffordable. Oh, and a little trick on that. If you go on the app on your phone, it's more than $1.99. But if you get on your computer and you go to google.com and you go to youtube.com on like a Chrome browser, because Chrome is owned by Google, I think. And you go on the Chrome browser and you go to youtube.com and you log in directly through the YouTube website instead of the YouTube app, you're going to get $1.99 and not the 30% more which Apple got a charge. So you could actually cancel your membership if you, and see, I'm giving you this kind of game because I want you to save money. Because some of y'all be like, oh, it's $3.12, Tony, what you mean $1? Or whatever it is, it's whatever. It's because you might have bought it, sign up through the app. If you go right to youtube.com on a computer and then log into your YouTube account and then sign up, well, look at the video, click join, then it'll be $1.99 and $9.99 instead of whatever it is, $3.12 and $12 and whatever, or $11 and whatever. But if you, I mean, you got it and you blessed and highly favored, and you all right with it, God bless you now. Because I don't want you to cancel and then forget to sign back up. I was like, oh, he gave me reason to cancel. Let me cancel. But to everybody else who not in the blessed tribe, we praying for you. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep going. That's why I called it the blessed tribe, just to speak blessings over the tribe. It just, we speaking it. We speaking it and believing it. Like we say, hey, we want to be blessed in the tribe. So that's why that's why I didn't call it Tony's Crew. Because I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about you, the blessed tribe. You hear me? So thank you. God bless y'all. And that's why I be praying for, just like the lady in the Bible with the 2 pence, which today will be like $2. That's why I charge $2 for that blessed tribe. Because I say, you know what? I could have made it all $9.99, $19.99, $29.99. It'd have been some supporters who would have did that. But I want to make it as dirt cheap as possible. So for the people who say, you know what, I'm growing here and I want to be a part of this, that's why I did it that cheap. Against the advice. Because they was saying, make the bottom one $4.99. But I said, no, God do us better than average. So I want to do better than the norm, than the average. God bless you. Thank you. I'll see you in the description box. Clicking that link and we'll talk soon.